What's up, YouTube, and good morning, very cool gang. It's a little rainy here, but we're not gonna let it bring us down. Let's get started. So, if you watched our previous videos about creating lists, building momentum, leveraging yourself, you've done these steps. You're now in the full swings of momentum. You're working with your clients. How do you keep that momentum going? You know, you've leveraged yourself, you're making sure everyone gets served. But how do you keep that momentum going? I'm gonna tell you a couple of tips coming up.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
At this point, business can be snowballing. It should be snowballing. Things are building up. You're building momentum. You have different irons in the fire. You have people calling you instead of you calling people. People want you to do work for them, right? You're performing. And how do you keep that going? You know, this is very, very important. As you expand, and as you take on more and more work, you're going to want to keep your quality high. Okay? You're going to want to keep your prices reasonable. We talked about how to keep prices reasonable by hiring extra help. If you don't know about leveraging yourself and creating more time through leveraging the efforts of others, we'll link a little video right here. But this is important. As a small business owner, contractor, as you grow, you want to make sure that your quality doesn't dip. You don't want to begin to take on so much work that you have to find a happy medium, okay? You have to keep building your business. But one of the most important things is not letting your work slip. You can't do that. You have to do the right things on a daily basis. Make small decisions to perform at your best, not slack off if no one's looking and you think you could slip one by. You can't do those types of things. People will see that and they will know that you don't have their best interests at hand. We're gonna move into the main topic about how to keep momentum going and how do we turn a negative into a positive, okay? Sometimes we take on work, maybe we don't quote that work appropriately, okay? We just don't price it out right. We don't really take the time to develop the scope fully, or we make a commitment to do something, we leave it open-ended, and then we commit ourselves, even though we haven't priced the job correctly, we have to follow through. It's all about follow through. Being a person of your word. You need to keep your word at all times. You need to have integrity. And I want to tell you that, I'm going to tell you a story. Here it is. Oh, here in South Jersey, we've closed a few mattress firm stores. Part of that scope of work is to remove the existing signage before we can turn over the store back to the landlord. When we take that sign down, inevitably we're left with scarring and damage to the facade. Here was an instance in one of the major complexes, commercial retail complexes in the area, where the sign came down. We were unaware of how much damage would be behind the sign, but there was an enormous amount of damage. What turned into a simple patch and paint job, right? We were patching ephes, and it should have been simple, but it wasn't. The getting the ephes and texture was very simple, but matching the existing color so those patches would blend turned into a 1-week ordeal of color matching and recoding and chipping out and recoding when the job was supposed to take literally 1 day. It turned into a week project. We worked very closely with the landlord there to make sure that they were satisfied. We did not work for the landlord. We worked for Mattress Firm, who was leasing the space. We literally took a loss. We were committed. We gave pricing and we were committed to finishing this project at our own expense at this point. A lot of people would become bitter about it, negative, try to get the job done as quick as possible. Hey, that's good enough. But that's not what we're about. We're about integrity, making sure that our client is satisfied, as well as the landlord who's getting the property turned back to them. We have to make sure that they are satisfied, that they're not giving any trouble to our client, Mattress Firm. So we carried through on the project, completed it fully. Everything it took us more time and more of our money, but the project turned out perfectly. Fast forward, months go by. I mean, months. We ate it big time on that job. But this is what happens when you have integrity and people recognize that and they know that they can count on you to get that job done. The landlord for that center, okay, it's literally probably a 2-mile wide complex of retail stores, okay, called us this week and said to us, hey, Vince, we like your follow through on that project, that small project at the Mattress Firm. We admire that. We need good contractors like you for our facility here, for our complex. Would you consider taking a look at some work for us and walking the entire property, which is 2 square miles of retail stores? I received a voicemail. I was in a meeting when that voicemail came in. As soon as my meeting was over, I stopped what I was doing. I returned that phone call. Yes, we are extremely interested. We'd love to meet with you. What works best for you? So we are off to meet the landlord of this huge complex next week to talk about how we can serve them, how we can provide a value for them. And in return, we'll get some business out of that, hopefully, right? We'll cross our fingers. We'll hope for the best, but we won't ride that emotional roller coaster. But having integrity, following through on your word is one of the best ways to help your business grow and create a snowball effect. If you like this video, we hope you'll give it a like. If you think this video can help somebody, please share it with them. But as always, thanks a lot and have a great day. Did you like that video? Wondering what to watch next? Well, why don't you click over here and watch this video? Or click over here and watch this video. If you really like our content, we hope you consider getting subscribed by clicking right here. Thanks a lot and have a great day, guys.